Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video. And this is my Green Bay Packers Beast recap episode. Um, unfortunately, not good news. My Packers fell 16-13 in a very, very winnable game. It's very inexcusable. Just so many bad play calls in this game. Like, what the fuck were we doing? Like, I'm just. We lost the game we shouldn't have lost. This is the third. Well, I mean, and a tie. If you want to. Yeah, two losses and a tie that we should have won. Just inexcusable. I mean, the play call was terrible in this game. I mean, we gave up a fumble on our first possession after we forced them to punt the ball after they had a penalty on the fourth down that they converted because they had the penalty that brought it back, that forced them to punt. We fumbled the ball like in the red zone, and that just became a trend for the rest of the game when we were in the red zone. We got two field goals. Brandon also missed a field goal, which would have had us had the win, or possibly would have forced overtime. But Brandon has been very shaky, even with the kicks he made. Jordan Love was very cutesy in this game. I mean, some plays that we made were just very questionable. I mean, the fourth down play on 4th and 8, the play before that, we lost 4 yards on a screen pass, which was a very questionable play to begin with. And then, of course, Jordan Love threw it up and almost had that picked. There was also a play, and that was later in the game, but there was a play earlier in the game where, we got a first down. The Panthers tried to challenge it. The place they kept the call on the field, so we have a fresh set of downs. And then the Packers, or Jordan Love, decided to chuck it on first down into double coverage, no less. And it was short, and it was an easy interception for the Panthers. Not to mention a lot of penalties. We gave up a lot of holding and a crucial interference penalty. We were forced them to miss an extra point because of an excessive celebration, which ended up them missing an extra point as a result, which tied the game up. Once we got our touchdown with Josh Jacobs, which we had to challenge and get the play overturned. But the whole day was just weird and wacky. Bryce Young barely got over 100 yards passing. He only just got over, I think, within the last minute of the game. So for most of the game, Bryce Young's was under 100 yards passing, and that's just ridiculous. For Young to go 11 for 20 for just over 100 yards, and again, that was within the last minute. He got over 100 yards, 102 yards. That's inexcusable. I mean, the running game is what killed us. Number 5, he had over 130 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. I mean, that's just inexcusable. That's inexcusable. Especially with the, Jordan Love, okay, I'm looking at the official stat sheet right here. Jordan Love had 26, I repeat, 26 completions for 37 attempts and had 273 yards passing, and we didn't fucking win this game. There's a fucking problem. When their quarterback barely got over 100 yards passing. That's inexcusable. Josh Jacobs had 7 attempts for 87 yards rushing, and he had the rushing touchdown. Wilson only had 6 attempts for 16 yards. Again, Romeo Dobbs, 7 receptions for 91 yards receiving. He was our leading receiver. Christian Watson only had 2 receptions for 57 yards. Of course, Tucker Kraft did get injured during the game, which did hurt us a lot in this game. He only had 2 receptions for 20 yards. He has a knee injury. We do not know the extent of the injury just yet. There's no reports as of yet on that. Luke Musgrave had 3 receptions for 34 yards. Our backup tight end did what he could. But again, looking at the numbers, we did give up a sack. They got no sack in this game on our end. Parsons, everyone on the defense was pretty quiet. Xavier Kinley had an interception in this game. He had an interception in this game, but outside of that, I mean, that was early in the game too. That prevented an early touchdown for them on their second possession. But I mean, overall, I mean, not a good performance. I mean, they draw, and even on the last possession, it looked like the defense was going to stop them, and then all of a sudden, big bursts of run for their starting running back, and that set up their field goal with a 49-yard attempt. Just inexcusable plays, inexcusable penalties. Yeah, no sacks for anybody. And yeah, we could talk about Brandon if he makes that kick, the third kick. Maybe the game's different. But at the end of the day, you got to execute, and some of these key plays were just terrible. Like I said, the interception and double coverage, that was ridiculous. That he did not need to be that aggressive, especially when you had just gotten a first down. You have plays you can go to. It just didn't seem like anybody in the offense was synced. They were moving the ball down the field, but they weren't capitalizing on the red zone. And that's where you got to do it. And then, of course, obviously, penalties hurt us as well in this game. But this is the problem. We're beating the elite teams, but we're not beating the teams that we should be beating. We lost to a crappy Browns team where we didn't perform that good. It was low scoring, and we allowed them to win. In this game, it was the opposite. It was low scoring, but the Panthers were winning most of the game because we just weren't capitalizing on our opportunities to score. We had many chances to score in this game, and we couldn't get it done. We weren't finishing these drives that you need to absolutely finish when you're playing a shitty team, okay? Like the Panthers. The Panthers, I don't think, are going to be a playoff team, okay? I don't think they're going to be a playoff team, especially with the Buccaneers in their division. And, maybe they get a wild card spot, but I don't think that they're that good of a team. I don't think Young's that good of a quarterback. I mean, he didn't really do anything in this game. The running back was mainly the reason why they were even in this game. It's inexcusable, man, especially when you come off a great performance that we did last week against the Steelers. And then, of course, next week we have a tough game against the Philadelphia Eagles, and you can't be losing to teams like this, especially when you're looking for top seeds and stuff like that. You can't lose to teams like this. All right, it's inexcusable. Inexcusable. And there's no guarantee we would have won had it gone to overtime, but I'm just saying, like, the way that game went down, that's not how you play. The clock management has to be better. Jordan Love has to pick his spots. Throwing it in double coverage, doing a play at the beginning, a quick pass at the beginning, to lose 4 yards when that was not the warranted play on a 4 yard, especially if you're going to go for it on fourth down, which I know they were going to. Just not the right call. absolutely not the right calls. Um, and there was also the turnover on downs too that we had. Again, red zone. Not getting it done. I mean, if we kick the field goal there, maybe the game's different. But again, we aren't playing that good to see it being possible. You know, it's very unfortunate because and I know the Vikings, of course, our division rivals, just somehow beat the Detroit Lions. So we are still winning our division, but it doesn't feel that right. Because we only have beaten the Lions once. We haven't played any of our division teams yet outside of the Lions, and we have to play them. And these are important games that you got to have in the trenches, going towards the playoffs. You got to have these wins against crappy teams. And I don't think the Panthers are that good of a team. But now we got to get back to cylinder because next we were playing the Eagles, who are probably the best team, one of the best teams in the NFC right now. And, they're the ones that took us out in the playoffs last year. So there's a lot of, oomph there, to beating that team, and when we play like this is not the way to do it. We got to figure out what's going on with Tucker Kraft because, he missed the rest of the game. Hopefully it's not, a serious knee injury, because we're going to need him next week. I don't have any reports yet on Tucker. And that's all right. As a brief update, according to Matt, our head coach, it's not looking good, which could be a code word for multiple weeks or even season ending. So that's not a good sign to be hearing that. Hopefully, it's not that serious. Hopefully it is just a maybe couple of week knee injury, but that's not something I want to hear from our coach. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait to hear the update on that. But at the end of the day, we got to get back. We got to get ready. We got to get back to what we're doing and scoring. You can't be an efficient offense, put up that many passing yards, putting up that many receiving yards, and only have 13 points at the end of the game to show for it. That's inexcusable. Inexcusable. So yeah, guys, that's it. Comment, rate if you like this video, my videos. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell for the latest contents. Thank you. And that's about it, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Peace. Also, make sure, besides my YouTube channel, to follow me on the Twitch, Instagram, and I do have a Discord link in the description where we discuss various topics, including this one here. And now I'm out. Peace.